Ibadah is drawn from the
heart. Business transactions of all
the deals, family provisions.
Then family provisions. Let's stop again. Every word here is put here, every line here is put there for a reason. Okay? A Fiqh reason. Then family provisions, including the
meals.
That then there is indicative of the fact that there is no marriage without no business. That you have to have some business before you can get married. Does that make sense, guys? It's not just, you say very much so, but a lot of people may not realize that little subtlety. So when I want you not to drop it, I want you guys to pay attention to what? Details. Details. Small things. Okay? So, fiqh is divided in four major, let's go.
Fiqh is divided in four major parts. Ibadah is drawn from the fiqh of the heart. Business transactions, all its deals, the family business including the meals. Legal procedures, the functions of the law, then under these titles make everything fall.
Do that again, because that is a fiqh understanding. Just that alone is a major understanding that we want to be second nature. Fiqh is divided in four major parts. Do it again.
Fiqh is divided in four major parts. Ibadah is drawn from the fiqh of the heart. Business transactions with all its deals, the family provisions including the meals, the legal procedures of the law, then under these titles make everything fall. Under the ibadah, the worshiping laws, and the actions that stem from the slave to his Lord.
Okay, start again. Put under ibadah.
Put under ibadah, the worshiping laws, and the actions that stem from the slave to his Lord.
Say it again. Put under ibadah.
Put under ibadah, the worshiping laws, and the actions that stem from the slave to his Lord.
Okay, say it. Put under ibadah the worshiping laws in the actions that stem from the slave to his Lord. Say it clear. Do it again.
Put under ibadah the worshiping laws and the actions that stem from the slave to his Lord.
Again.
Put under ibadah the worshiping laws and the actions that stem from the slave to his Lord.
Aqidah, tahara, preceding salah and janazas for all when the rich pays zakat.
Aqidah, tahara, preceding salah and janazas for all when the rich pays zakat.
Siyam, i'tikaf if you're spending the night.
Siyam, i'tikaf if you're spending the night.
And a hajj for whoever can pay for the flight.
And a hajj for whoever can pay for the flight.
This is your deen.
This is our deen.
Fadl.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر، الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد الحمد لله رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum. Now again, we go back to the mentality. This is our deen. We say we want to worship Allah, right? We say we are Ibadur Rahman. The name of the masjid, right, is Ibadur Rahman, right? Or wrong? Okay, well, Ibadah is here. If we shouldn't have a problem remembering this, and if we do, then it should keep us up until we do remember it. The sense of ownership, okay? The sense of this is mine. If it's yours, then you should possess it, right? I'm asking you guys.
Yes.
Okay. So, put under ibadah the worshipping laws. Let's hear it.
Put under the worshiping laws. And the actions that stem from the slave to the Lord. Akida Tahara, Deen, Salat, as an answer for all with the rich basic cut.
Beyond the cat, spending the night, and for house, whoever can pay for the flight.
Again, do it again.
Put under ibadah the worshiping laws, the actions that stem from the slave to his Lord. Akida Tahara, Deen, Salat, as an answer for all with the rich basic cut. Beyond the cat, spending the night, and the hajj for whoever can pay for the flight.
And the hajj for whoever can pay for the flight.
And a hajj for
Whoever can pay for the
And
flight.
everybody who ever been to hajj knows. It's a hajj for whoever can pay for the flight.
More than
Right?
just the flight.
Huh?
I said it's more than just the flight.
Well, of course, but you know the main bit.
I know.
Getting that ticket
Getting it.
over there is a big deal, right?
Yeah.
At least from the West.
Yeah.
It's cheaper other places, but from the West. You know, and this is the mentality that we should have for that. You know, here in the West it may be a lot different than other places where it's cheaper. In fact, from Egypt you can pay like $100 back in the days. You can pay like $100 to go. You know, because it's just going over the water. You know, and that's if you didn't take the bus. The bus was cheaper. Okay. I mean, you can take yeah, the steamer was, but the steamer, even if you paid extra money, they're gonna pack people in your room, in your cabin. You know, it's like you're gonna get it anyway. But the bus, the same thing. The point is that it's opportunity. When whoever can get the opportunity to go goes.
So some people sleep outside. Like you said, they get the flight because a lot of people
Sleeping outside is no big deal. You know, it's only a big deal to whoever they feel it's a big deal. You're right. People go without any hotel and they stay at the cabin. Okay? They sleep outside all day, every day. No big deal. There's bathrooms, there's food. What else you need? You're at the cabin. Right? What do you mean I can get in where?
It's free.
Who told you that? You thought you had to have that. That's what they tell you. Some people think, oh, you have to have a hotel, you have to have this. That's if you're dealing with these guys. I have never gone to Mecca or Medina on a program. I just get a ticket because I know my way around. You get my point? Yeah, plenty of places you can stay.
You mean for Hajj?
Anything. And anytime going over there, you don't just go. But again, if you can speak Arabic, if you just go right over the hill, you're in the black neighborhood anyway. Right? I'm serious. You know? I was looking for my phone because I was saying the whole neighborhood is right there. Well, they're destroying it now. It's getting really demolished. You know, but I don't even think it's going to stay because a lot of neighborhoods are getting totally wiped out. But before it was a lot easier. It may be different now, but I don't know. There's another thing I wanted to mention. You know, some people saying, "Hey, man, you talk tough about those other guys." You know, last class that we had. Okay, this is the problem we have. One of the problems we have. We don't know our history. Okay? We don't know our history. When I'm defending some of the seniors in our Deen, those people who came into Islam who were Black Panthers, Black Liberation Army, some of these guys never knew there was a Black Liberation Army. That's how, you know, over their head it is. They don't understand the champions and the warriors and the people that they have now who are their seniors, number one. Nor do they understand the Sahaba's stance on those seniors with regards to the people who came in later. You have the story of Sulaim, right? After, you know, you guys remember the Battle of Hunain or the Battle of Hawazin? After those people and the Prophet ﷺ entered into Mecca, he said, whoever goes to Abu Sufyan's house is safe. Whoever goes to their own house is safe. Whoever stays, you know, so basically saying, whoever stays off the streets. Whoever goes into the Kaaba, this person is safe too, right? So the people had their different states. And then there were people, the Prophet ﷺ said, okay, you guys are the tulaqa. Because now the right of the conqueror is to say, all you enemy combatants are now under my control. Right or wrong? Right. That's correct. He said, now, what you going to do with us? He said, you guys are tulaqa. You guys are free. I've released you. I've taken possession of you. Right? It's like the person he grabbed, he has a knife over his head. Now he's showing you mercy. Not when you got a knife and he's got a knife. I'm going to have mercy on you. No, brother. Not yet. It's not proven yet, right? It's only proven when you have taken that guy, you've subdued him, and now you have the knife over his head. Now you can be merciful or not. The Prophet controlled Mecca, conquered Mecca, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then he said, okay, you people are free. And they called them at-tulaqa, the freed ones. That's what the Sahaba called them, the new in Islam. And it's important because then they went to go fight the Battle of Hunayn. Now some people call it the Battle of Hawazin because that's the name of the tribe. They call it Hunayn because the place that they had to fight. Okay? So there's no big discrepancy about the name, if you understand that. And so, and Allah calls it Yawm Hunayn, the day of Hunayn, referring to the place. When they got there, what happened? The horsemen attacked from the front. Okay? And the Prophet, Bilal, they were describing it, that it was a very hot day, that everybody was trying to get shade. They were dying under the heat. And so they were tired. You know, you get real tired under the heat. And then they got up to walk. And when they started to walk, the horsemen rushed them. And then when they were ready to fight the horsemen are going to trample you, and they have spears. So people on feet can't really fight them that way because they can get you with the spear before you can get to them with your sword, right? And when they got ready to shoot their archers, the Hawazin came up on both sides and started shooting them with arrows. And they were rumah. And so these people were known to be really good archers. And the archers of Medina are mentioned in the Bible. Okay? The archers of Qidar is mentioned in the Bible about these people. So they were overwhelmed. They started to run. They were retreating. Now they are retreating. Some say there were 20,000 of them. Some say there was 40,000 of them. And there was only a few of the Sahaba there, even though they weren't a large size comparative to the other battles. So much so that there was only a few people surrounding the Prophet and his donkey that day, right? And the Prophet started to say, hey, well, call the Khazraj. I told Abbas, call for the Muhajirin. Now call specifically for the Khazraj. And they said they turned around on their feet. And their swords were gleaming like stars. And about 80 to 100 men automatically surrounded the Prophet. And they started getting down like they know how to get down. And turned their face around, okay? So after the battle, Sulaim comes to the Prophet and says, Ya Rasulullah, why don't you kill all these tulaqa? Kill all these cats. Why? Because of them, we almost lost this battle. Because they were in the front. Okay? All these guys, the new ones, were in the front in the lead, ready to prove themselves, trying to do it. And then what happened? They turned around and they started running back. And her man tells me, yo, we should kill these guys, man. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said, you know, everything's good. You know, say, Allah ahsan alayna. Kafana wa ahsan alayna. Basically, what come call. He said, Allah is sufficient for us and everything turned out well. We ain't got to kill nobody. But she referred to them. And then one of I think it was Ibn Qatada, he had slaughtered a man. He killed the man. He hit him. The man was trying to kill one of the Sahaba, and he hit him from behind in his shoulder. It went through the man's armor. And the man turned around, it was a big guy, turned around and snatched him up and started squeezing him. He said I was about to die. And the guy lost all his energy and died because, you know, he had been injured. So the Prophet said, whoever killed the man has his property. Okay? And so he was like, hey, anybody bear witness that they saw me kill this man? And nobody would say that they saw him. So then one of the new Muslims said, hey, you know, Rasulullah, I already took his stuff. I already took that guy's stuff. Why don't you tell Ibn Qatada that let me have it? And Abu Bakr stood up and said, never that. Said, tell that, never that. Will we let an Asad of Allah, right? One of the older Sahaba, you know, lose his property to a hyena. Now he's referring to this new Muslim, okay? Who don't have the adab. You took this guy's property before the Prophet even gave you permission. And you know you didn't kill this guy. And you ain't saying nothing, and you know this brother killed him. What we're referring to here is their mentality towards those people who came into Islam new, Hudatha Islam, and didn't have the proper adab or the mentality yet. Does that make sense? So we have to put our deen into context. When I say, yo, some of these guys, they need to stay in their place, they need to stay in their place. Why? Because that's the mentality of Islam. Islam is not we walk around, oh, no. When the men were walking across the street, acting like they were holy and so sweet and all this other stuff, Aisha turned up and said, Kadhabtum, y'all bunch of liars, perpetrating a fraud. Ma kana Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa ashabuhu hakada. She said, Messenger of Allah and his companions wasn't like that. They ain't go around acting like we soft. This ain't baptism or Christian when we dress up on Sunday and act like somebody gonna slap us and we gonna turn the other cheek. No, we men. And we remain men. And our honor and our dignity names respected. And if you don't respect your seniors, then you don't respect nobody. Because that's where you come from. Does that make sense? So there are many examples of examples where the Sahaba stood up to defend other Sahaba. When there was another battle, when we're talking about the battle of Khaybar, when he said, Rasulullah saw one man come and said, be Abu Dhar. I think it was Abu Darda. I forget who he said, so be so-and-so. He said, no, so-and-so ain't coming because his gardens and everything have kept him. He said, the one of the Sahaba stood up and said, Kadhabtum, you're a liar. We don't know nothing bad about him. Defending his brother. Defending his brother against another Sahabi. So alhamdulillah, this is, if you don't take up for each other, even in Kufr we used to take up for each other. A guy might get stalked out talking bad about your man. Where's that come? What happened to us? You get my point? So alhamdulillah, I just wanted those people who think that was incorrect to understand that's not. This is our attitude in Islam. And we need to, that's why when we learn our fiqh, we have to, we have to make that happen in context with our history. My deen, my mind, my wealth, my honor, myself. And from that is the honor of Islam. Does that make sense? If we allow them to talk about one sheikh when no sheikh has any respect, right? And this would tear down knowledge, disrespecting the scholars, right? Okay then. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We're on family provisions, okay? Then family rights and then family laws and rights will shape the fiqh of slaves along with mates. What are you guys doing? Are you guys reviewing this at home or not? If you're going to learn, you don't wait. You don't wait. You once you get the paper, you go and you read it, and you read it, and you review it. Your job is to memorize this. That's it. That's the only job. You have weeks already to memorize this. It doesn't take a couple of days. There's no excuse not to do it. It's not in Arabic. It's in English. You have everything before you. So just read it over and over and over again, and then putting it in context helps you find a reason for it. It's meaningful. Then family laws and rights will shape. Say it.
Family laws and rights will shape
the fiqh of slaves along with mates.
the fiqh of slaves along with mates.
Isn't that important?
No.
And you could change the word, then family roles and rights will shape. Say that.
Family roles and rights will shape
The fiqh of slaves along with mates.
the fiqh of slaves along with mates.
Because it's not Quran. Either way, it's the meaning. They say that nobody wrote anything except they wanted to change one word here and change another word there, right? And then go back and forth. Both are intended here. Because your roles are dependent on the laws, right? So we just want to bring attention to that. And one of the biggest problems we have nowadays is understanding the roles of everybody in the family, right? People want to be men and men want to be boys and stuff like that. So, alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, seriously, he's saying no, but seriously, some of these guys, because some of these guys, they go from their mother, from being mama's boys and then turn their wife and want to be mama's boys with their wife. And it's supposed to be a man, it's a different relationship, and this is because they haven't learned the role of the man and the husband, wife, father, son, and all this type of things like that. Or the son want to tell the father what to do. Oh, you don't know me. Boy, you are me. You get my point? Sometimes my son does stuff, and I say, man, look at my little brother. Look just like my little brother. Same thing my little brother did. Same exact thing. And you're like, man, it's the same thing. And they go, how did you know? Man, right. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So again, then family roles and rights will shape the fiqh of slaves along with. So we're learning something here. Here we say ibadah is what? Ibadah is the worshiping laws. As it what? The fiqh of the what is it? What are the worship laws? I can't hear you.
The slave to his Lord.
The actions that stem from the slave. Then we say business transactions, right? Capital risk in the fiqh of the slave as he trades to exist. So here is the actions that stem from the slave to his Lord. Here is the fiqh of the slave as he trades to exist. Here is the family laws and rights will shape the fiqh of slaves along with. You see the fiqh of slaves with his Lord. The fiqh of slaves as he trades to exist. The fiqh of slaves along with his mates. And then at legal procedures will report the fiqh of slaves as he deals with the court. Does that make sense? And so these are 4 different fiqhs that you will have, and the court represents the government, right? The societal organization. So these 4 fiqhs rule every aspect of our lives. The most important of them after ibadah, the one with the most laws in it, is family provisions, family law. Then family laws and rights will shape the fiqh of slaves. This structure has 3 parts, of course. There's marriage, provisional rights. So we can go right here, and we do just like this. We don't do this with any of the other ones, right? But here we do all 3. And we say marriage. I don't know how to spell marriage. Marriage, provisional rights, and divorce. Now, what you have to understand about this section here, divorce we'll see, okay, is that divorce is not actually the topic in Arabic, okay? But divorce is like the only word that I could find similar to what we have in the Islamic mentality. Actually, what is meant under divorce are types of separations, okay? Types of solving marital discord. Does that make sense? No. One of them is divorce. That's the main topic of that. But there's other things as well that go under that topic that are not divorce. Okay? But there are different ways of dealing with marital discord, challenges. Does everybody follow me? No. Okay. So let's go back to the beginning. And I'm saying it over and over so we can get in our head over and over again. Then family laws and rights will shape the fiqh of slaves along with mates. Louder, say it again. The family laws and rights will shape the fiqh of slaves along with mates. Again, say it again so you know it. The family laws and rights will shape the fiqh of slaves along with mates. Why is this important? Somebody tell me why this is important. For every layman to know. If any chapter you need to know this chapter. Why? Shaikh Nazir, put the camera on. Why is that?
Well, this is the basic family unit is basic for man to exist in.
It's the basis of society. What is society? A bunch of families, right? And everybody does it. Everybody is part of a family, right? Yeah, even if you're an orphan, you're part of a family. You were part, because there's rights here. Right? You didn't come here by yourself. So you were part of a family and are part of a family. If you're married, you're part of a family. Now, the Western idea of family is a kafir idea of family. It is not the Islamic idea of family. Family in Islam is not husband, wife, and children. That is not family. That is one portion of the family. Does that make sense? No. So we have made miskin. We've made real narrow and chiseled down and bared it out to the meaning of family. Family is everybody under that same grandfather. His sons, his daughters, their children, that's one family. But some of us don't even know those cats, or they're foreign to them. And that's why we're like orphans. That's why we can succumb to peer pressure, because the family's not there to put the family pressure on there, the family peer pressure. So there's a certain tone, that's that family tone. Does that make sense? Why? Because there's no trust for that grandfather's idea and the way he wants to run his family. He can name every child under his family. And nobody wants to give him that right. Right? Oh, that's extreme. But the prophet did it, didn't he? Ali wanted to name his child something else. The prophet, not in his role as the prophet, in the role as his father-in-law, said, no, call him Hassan. And he called him Hassan. And this was not a restricted idea here. Omar said, I don't like your wife. Divorce her. And Ibn Umar said, I don't want to do that. Oh, really? Right? Oh, really? He went and told on him. I told my son to divorce him. Why? And he wasn't asked why. Right? The Bible said, well, why don't you want to, what's the reason? Let's look into it. No. Ibn Umar told us the reason. He said, I had a woman under me that I loved her. I really liked this lady. But my father didn't like her. So he told me to divorce her. And I refused. So he told on me. And the prophet called me and said, yo, did your father tell you to divorce that lady? She said, yes. Then divorce her.
Ibrahim told you.
تفضل سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.
أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله.